वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। कैसे हैं सब लोग? Wow, ready for test? Wow, just saw a saying that really excited for today lecture. मैं भी excited हूँ। मैंने try किया है। Let me tell you the pattern on which I have prepared the same. For each chapter, I have taken certain question for each chapter, and then there is a combined MCQ and there is a combined long question. From each chapter, there is certain question. We'll try to cover everything, but let me start with this question, combined MCQ case study and the practical question for exam point of view. आलोक, काफी बेटर हूँ यार, आज तो बहुत बेटर हूँ। वेरी फाइन, वेरी फाइन। मिस्टर कासिफ अंसारी, मिस पूजा सोनी, yes, Mr. Anand, I'm very well comparatively. And amendment of written chapter means वेरी गुड इवनिंग। आज तो काफी लोग एक्साइटेड भी लग रहे हैं। स्टार्ट करते हैं विदाउट वेस्टिंग सो मच ऑफ टाइम। स्टार्ट करते हैं। क्वेश्चन इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, उसके बाद में 5 एमसीक्यू है, उसका आपको आंसर देना है। लेट्स रीड। आई विल गिव यू 2 मिनट फॉर द रीडिंग ऑफ द क्वेश्चन। और लेट्स रीड टुगेदर। आई विल ऑल्सो रीड विद यू। So, Vidula Impacts Limited is engaged in supplying the goods. Company did not opt for registration under GST. Proper officer under GST, based on inquiry, find that concern is liable for registration. And he registered the firm on temporary basis on 15th June 2020. After being granting the registration certificate, company availed the following services for the purpose of the business. मोहम्मद वोरा, मैंने जितना मैक्सिमम इंक्रीज कर सकता था वो मैंने इंक्रीज कर दिया। रेंटिंग ऑफ motor vehicle from Blue Taxi Private Limited, where GST charge was 12%. Appointed Mr. Rajesh as technical director for advisory role in the business, and payment was made based on the contract entered. However, he was not the employee of the company. During the course of the business, the company issued an invoice to the customer and erroneously charged higher value of rupees 34,000. This invoice was issued on 28 Feb 2021. हाँ ज्योति, लिया था मैंने, and thank you so much. Further, in the month of Feb 2021, the company also generated an e-way bill for interstate transportation of the goods. However, immediately on generation of the e-way bill, the buyer cancelled the order before it dispatched from the factory for the delivery. In the month of the March 2021, since the company was incurring heavy loss, it applied for cancellation of GST registration on 15th March 2021. Order for cancellation was made on 30th March 2021. Effecting cancellation, the registration with effect from 15th March 2021. अब ऊपर वाली केस स्टडी के बेस में कुछ क्वेश्चन है। पहला, क्वेश्चन क्लियर है? कोई डाउट? एक बार क्विकली कंफर्म करें, क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर टू ऑल? काइंडली गिव मी द क्विक कंफर्मेशन दैट क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर टू ऑल. Now kindly give the reply for the question number 1. After the grant of the temporary registration, Vedula Impacts Limited need to apply the registration within how many days from the date of the grant of the temporary registration if no extension of the period is to be granted for temporary registration? What would be your answer? Thirty days, 90 days, 7 days, or 15 days? जो भी क्वेश्चन मैंने बनाए हैं, these all the question are based on the either past exam, RTP, MTP, या तो जो भी आपका मॉक टेस्ट पेपर होता है, ठीक है, नाम हो सकता है गलत मैं यूज कर रहा हूं, रिवीजन टेस्ट पेपर होता है या एक्चुअल एग्जाम्स है, वहां से मैंने क्वेश्चन पिक किए हैं एंड दिस कंपाइलेशन इज बेस्ड ऑन द इंस्टीट्यूट मटेरियल और सोर्स. The question is not updated on the website. I have completed just now. I'll provide today evening. आज इवनिंग में मैं प्रोवाइड कर दूंगा इंस्टीट्यूट को. The right answer is within 90 days. Within 90 days. आप एक बार रजिस्ट्रेशन चैप्टर को रेफर कर सकते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. In case of which of the following service company is liable to pay the tax under RCM? Renting of motor vehicle, director services, both A and B, neither A nor B. Someone is saying it is only for the body corporate. Let's see the name. The Vidula Impacts Limited is a body corporate. Geet Chauhan. The Vidula Impacts is a body corporate. Will your answer be different? There is a mixed answer coming. Some are saying A, some are saying B, some are saying C, and some are saying D. The right answer is B, because renting of the motor vehicle RCM would not be applicable if the supplier charged 12%. Go back and see how much percentage he has charged. He has charged 12%, so no RCM. And because he is a director and not the employee of the company, then director services would be liable or would be covered under RCM. Question number 3. Which document is required to be issued by the company in respect of the invoice issued on 20th Feb 2021? So, what was the problem? That 20th Feb 2021, the company has issued the invoice with higher value by 34,000. Now the question is, which document are required to be issued by the company for that invoice of higher value? डेबिट नोट, क्रेडिट नोट, बिल ऑफ सप्लाई और द रिवाइज्ड टैक्स इनवॉइस। कंपनी को कौन सा डॉक्यूमेंट इश्यू करना पड़ेगा? Which document is required to be issued by the company? All are correct. All are correct. The right answer is credit note. विकास, ट्राई करो, मेहनत करो, डेफिनेटली जो भी आपने पॉइंट लिखा है ना, ये ओवरकम हो जाएगा। मेहनत कीजिए, ईमानदारी से मेहनत कीजिए और बार बार प्रैक्टिस कीजिए। Whatever the sentence you are saying, it will be resolved, it will be overcome. Next, the company need to file its final return by which date? Let me show you the date. In the month of the March 2021, company has applied for cancellation. The order of the cancellation was made on particular this date, and cancellation was with effect from 15th March 2021. So now you have the two date, 15th March and 30th March. The question in front of you that company need to file its final return by which date? विकास, कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर तो नहीं दे सकता, बट यस आई कैन से यू कैन कनेक्ट प्रोफेशनली ओवर द लिंक्डइन एंड एनी क्वेश्चन you ask, I'll give the reply at the earliest. लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल पर आप मुझसे कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं, CA अरुण छाजेड़, एंड you can message me whatever the problem you have or you like the guidance. I'll try to give my best. What is the right answer? फाइनल रिटर्न 3 मंथ में फाइल करना होता है फ्रॉम कैंसिलेशन ऑर्डर या इफेक्ट। कैंसिलेशन किस तारीख से मैंने इफेक्टिव किया है, 15 मार्च या 30 मार्च, विच एवर इज अर्लियर या लेटर, द आंसर इज लेटर. So that is 30th March. I have to give the final return declaration, और मुझे final return I have to file the same by 3 month from 30th March. The answer would be 30th June. Next, which of the following statement is correct in respect of the e-way bill generated for the goods in the month of the Feb for which order was cancelled? Yes बेटा, विकास बिल्कुल राइट है. What is the right answer? A, B, C or D? The all are correct that e-way bill can be cancelled within 24 hours. So one example I have talked about on the combined MCQ. Let me take one example or one case study for you. The practical combined case study. The next question is practical combined case study. Kindly read the question. All are requested to read the question. All are requested to read the question. Messrs. Kaira Air Limited, located in Gujarat, engage in manufacturing of air cooler and air purifier. They supply the goods all over India, and their aggregate turnover was 125 lakhs. They provide the details of various activity undertaken during the month of the September. Outward supplies made during the month within Gujarat 11 lakh, outside Gujarat 3 lakhs. On 5th September, company has issued 10 number of the exchange voucher at the rate 1000 each, of which can be exchanged or redeemed against purchase of the air cooler worth 10,000 each at any company outlet. Out of the above, 7 vouchers were encashed during September and 3 were encashed during October. Purchase of the material within Gujarat is rupees 8 lakh, which include the material 3 lakh purchased from the Kalpana Industries, who is registered as a composition dealer. So the total intrastate inward supply is rupees 8 lakh, out of which 3 lakh is from composition dealer. In respect of the few invoices worth rupees 1 lakh raised during the month of the June 20, the condition was to pay within 1 month. Otherwise, interest at the rate of 24% payable. Buyer failed to pay the dues within the stipulated time and made the payment along with interest 11,200 during the month of September. SAC has bought air ticket from Ahmedabad to Guwahati Airport, Assam, for its marketing executive. The total fare was 60,000, out of which 50,000 is the basic fare, and applicable rate of the GST on the concerned services is 5% on the base fare. Send 10 manager for 15 days the training for the course organized by the IIM Ahmedabad, Gujarat. IIM provide the participation certificate at the end of this course. The rate are as under Goods 6, 6 and 12. Services 9, 9 and 18. Composition 2.5 and 2.5. Opening balance of the input tax credit on 1st September 20 were as follows. All the figure mentioned above other than serial number 4. Apart from this, all are excluding taxes, both inward and outward. Within the Gujarat are intra, outside Gujarat is inter. Now what you need to do? Calculate the amount of the tax payable in cash for September 20. Brief and suitable notes should form part of your answer. Question is very simple. I hope there is no doubt about understanding of the question. एक बार quickly confirm करें. Then we can move to the Is it clear? Now, first you need to calculate the total tax payable. Please calculate the output tax liability. आप लोग आउटपुट टैक्स लाइबिलिटी क्रिएट कैलकुलेट करें. यस आनंद, हमें ये देखना है कि कितना कैश इस पर्टिकुलर टैक्स पेयर को पे करना है. तो पहले आप लोग आउटपुट टैक्स लाइबिलिटी कैलकुलेट करें, फिर हम आईटीसी की बात करेंगे. एक बार 5 मिनट आप टाइम दीजिए, देन विल स्टार्ट द क्वेश्चन. अभी विजिबल है क्वेश्चन? पॉइंट नंबर 1, टैक्स का रेट कितना है? 6% सीजीएसटी, 6% एसजीएसटी, टोटल 12% आईजीएसटी. एक बार मुझे बताना, सीरियल नंबर 1 के अकॉर्डिंग आपकी आउटपुट टैक्स लाइबिलिटी कितना सी, कितना एस और कितना आई आएगा. प्लीज कैलकुलेट एंड टेल मी दैट हाउ मच वुड बी द टैक्स लाइबिलिटी फॉर सीरियल नंबर 1. प्लीज टेल मी कितना लाइबिलिटी सीजीएसटी, एसजीएसटी और आईजीएसटी में आएगा? बिल्कुल करेक्ट। लो, इतना मैं भी लिख लेता हूं। सो यू आर सेइंग विद इन गुजरात 11 लाख, इसका 6% सीजीएसटी एंड सेम फॉर एसजीएसटी। और चूंकि आउटसाइड गुजरात है तो इसके ऊपर 12%। नाउ प्लीज टेल मी how much would be the output tax liability by because of the serial number 2? सब लोग ठीक कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं। सीरियल नंबर 2 के कारण कितना आउटपुट टैक्स लाइबिलिटी आएगा? ध्यानेश, इससे ज्यादा जूम नहीं हो सकता। ध्यानेश, इससे ज्यादा जूम नहीं हो सकता यार। सीरियल नंबर 2 के कारण कितनी लाइबिलिटी आएगी? प्लीज टेल मी। यहाँ पे 2-3 क्वेश्चन है मेरे। सबसे पहले आप बताएं यहाँ पे वैल्यू सप्लाई क्या होगी? सबसे पहले आप मुझे बताएं यहाँ पे वैल्यू सप्लाई क्या होगी? सबसे पहले आप मुझे बताइए यहाँ पर वैल्यू ऑफ सप्लाई क्या होगी? सबसे पहले आप मुझे बताइए वैल्यू सप्लाई क्या होगी? द आंसर वुड बी रूल 32 सब रूल 6। आंसर वुड बी 1,000 रुपए। मैं 1,000 रुपए की वर्थ की वैल्यू का आइटम रिडीम करूंगा। टोटल वाउचर 10 है, तो द वैल्यू ऑफ द वाउचर वुड बी 1,00,000 रुपीज। अब सेकंड क्वेश्चन मेरा, 7 वाउचर सितंबर में इन कैश किए, 3 वाउचर अक्टूबर में इन कैश किए, तो टैक्सेबिलिटी मुझे सितंबर में कैलकुलेट करनी है। तो सितंबर के लिए 7 वाउचर काउंट होंगे या 10 वाउचर काउंट होंगे या कुछ भी काउंट नहीं होगा? मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूं, कंपनी ने 5 सितंबर को 10 वाउचर इश्यू किए। मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन था कि वैल्यू ऑफ द सप्लाई क्या होगा? तो रूल 32 सब रूल 6 के कारण वैल्यू ऑफ द सप्लाई, जितना मैं गुड्स एक्सचेंज करूंगा या जितने भी वर्थ का सामान मुझे मिलेगा, तो दैट इज 1,00,000 रुपीज। तो वैल्यू द सप्लाई तो हो गई 1,00,000। माई सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, मैं वैल्यू सितंबर में 7 वाउचर को काउंट करूंगा या 3 वाउचर को काउंट करूंगा या 10 को काउंट करूंगा या कुछ भी काउंट नहीं करूंगा इन द मंथ ऑफ सितंबर? 10,000 इंटू 1, 1,000, सॉरी 10,000। कविता कविता 10,000 रुपए। कविता 10,000 रुपए होगा टोटल। एग्रीड। क्या मुझे टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई का प्रोविजन बता सकते हैं इन केस ऑफ द वाउचर? क्विकली बताइए। हमारा पर्पस आज हमें प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन भी करने हैं और थोड़ा थ्योरी के प्रोविजन को रिवाइज भी करना है. क्विकली गिव द रिप्लाई. व्हाट इज द टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई इन केस ऑफ द वाउचर? क्विकली टेल मी. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. कन्हैया हैज गिवन द राइट आंसर. तो टोटल वैल्यू कितनी होगी? 1000 इंटू 10, टोटल वैल्यू 10,000 होगी. मेरा क्वेश्चन था टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई द वाउचर क्या होगा? द आंसर वुड बी टोटल 10 वाउचर, बिकॉज ये आइडेंटिफिएबल है. अगर ये आइडेंटिफिएबल नहीं होता तो रिडम्पशन, डेट ऑफ द रिडम्पशन वुड बी द टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई. कृष्णन 1 लाख नहीं बेटा, 10,000 रुपए होगा. 10,000. ज्योति, अगर ये वाउचर आइडेंटिफिएबल है तो क्या ये आइडेंटिफिएबल है अगेंस्ट परचेज ऑफ द एयर कूलर ओनली? सॉरी 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 सॉरी. तो 7 वाउचर ही तो इन कैश हुआ है, बट 3 वाउचर अक्टूबर में इन कैश होगा. तो मेरा पॉइंट है 7 काउंट करूंगा या 3 काउंट करूंगा या 10 काउंट करूंगा. यू ऑल आर करेक्ट. एट द टाइम ऑफ रिडम्पशन या एट द टाइम ऑफ इश्यूएंस विल डिपेंड अपॉन द आइडेंटिफिएबल. अगर वाउचर आइडेंटिफिएबल है तो मैं टोटल डेट ऑफ द इश्यू, जितने वाउचर इश्यू किए गए हैं एट द that date, that will be the time of supply. वाउचर की वर्थ कितनी है? 1000 ईच ऑफ ₹10. तो टोटल 10 वाउचर कैलकुलेट काउंट करूंगा मैं. अब ये परचेज की बात कर रहे हैं तो ये आईटीसी की बात कर रहे हैं. चलो पहले इसकी बात कर लेते हैं. पॉइंट नंबर 4 के कारण, पॉइंट नंबर 4 के कारण क्या मेरा कोई टाइम ऑफ सप्लाई कैलकुलेट होगा? क्या मुझे कोई मेरी आउटवर्ड सप्लाई है पॉइंट नंबर 4 के कारण? 1 लाख रुपए का इनवॉइस मैंने इश्यू किया जून में, तो जून की सप्लाई में काउंट हो गया. लेकिन सितंबर में मुझे 11,200 का इंटरेस्ट मिलता है. क्या ये मेरा आउटवर्ड सप्लाई बनेगा? यस. तो मुझे टैक्स लाइबिलिटी बताइए, क्या ये मेरी टैक्स लाइबिलिटी आएगी? अगर हाँ तो मुझे वैल्यू बताइए कितनी टैक्स लाइबिलिटी आएगी. The answer is date on which the supplier received the addition in the value. So that is addition in the value कब रिसीव हुआ? सितंबर में. तो इस सितंबर में इंक्लूड होगा 11,200 टैक्सेबल होगा. नीचे क्या कहा कि दिस इज इंक्लूसिव ऑफ टैक्स. दिस इज इंक्लूसिव ऑफ टैक्स. एक बार मैं नीचे जाता हूं. यहां पे सर्विसेज 18% की बात की गई है एंड कंपोजिट सप्लाई 2.5 और 2.5 की बात की है. ठीक है, आप इसको इंटरेस्ट का अमाउंट 11,200 मिला ड्यूरिंग द मंथ ऑफ सितंबर. फॉर द टाइमिंग टू मेक इट इजी मैं एक बार रेट ऑफ टैक्स की बात, सर्विसेज अदर देन सीरियल नंबर 5। ओके, तो यहां पे मेरे को बैकवर्ड कैलकुलेट करके बताइए, काइंडली कैलकुलेट द बैकवर्ड एंड कितना टैक्स आएगा मुझे, काइंडली टेल मी द टैक्स अमाउंट। मैं भी आपके साथ कैलकुलेट कर रहा हूं, आई एम ऑल्सो कैलकुलेटिंग नो टैक्स लाइबिलिटी। रिसीट सितंबर में हुआ है और हम बात सितंबर की कर रहे हैं, तो इट विल बी टैक्सेबल इन द मंथ ऑफ सितंबर। कितना? 11,200 इज द टोटल वैल्यू। अब एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है, एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है, मैं रिपीट करता हूं, वापस एक बार आइए, एक बार वापस आइए, आप लोग गलती कर रहे हैं, एक बार वापस आइए। यहां पे छोटे छोटे पार्ट में डिस्कशन करते हैं। यहां पे इंटरेस्ट कितना मिला, यहां पे इंटरेस्ट कितना मिला? 11,200। ये इंटरेस्ट क्यों मिला? इंटरेस्ट ऑन डिलेड पेमेंट ऑफ एनी कंसिडरेशन। क्वेश्चन इज गुड्स की टैक्स रेट क्या है? गुड्स की टैक्स रेट क्या है? आप लोग मुझे बताएं, एक बार मुझे बताएं, छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चन में इसको डिवाइड करते हैं। प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट इज द टैक्स रेट ऑन द गुड्स। व्हाट इज द टैक्स रेट ऑन द गुड्स? What is the tax rate on the goods? The answer is 12%. क्या ये सेपरेटली इंटरेस्ट का काम कर रहे हैं? क्या ये सेपरेटली इंटरेस्ट प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं? आंसर इज नो। इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द डिलेड पेमेंट ऑफ एनी कंसिडरेशन। डोंट यू थिंक इट इज अ कंपोजिट सप्लाई? डोंट यू थिंक इट इज अ कंपोजिट सप्लाई? एक बार क्विकली आंसर करें। डोंट यू थिंक दैट इट इज एन इंटरेस्ट, इट इज अ कंपोजिट सप्लाई? मैं आईटीसी की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं पॉइंट नंबर 4 की बात कर रहा हूं। मैं पॉइंट नंबर 4 की बात कर रहा हूं। डोंट यू थिंक इट इज ए कंपोजिट सप्लाई जिसमें प्रिंसिपल एलिमेंट 12% से है, जिसमें प्रिंसिपल एलिमेंट 12 है, तो एडिशनल एलिमेंट भी 12% होगा। द एडिशनल एलिमेंट वुड ऑल्सो बी 12%। एडिशनल एलिमेंट वुड ऑल्सो बी 12%। प्लीज डू नॉट डू दिस मिस्टेक। इज इट क्लियर? कहने का मतलब क्या हुआ? टोटल इंक्लूसिव है, बट इसके ऊपर टैक्स में कितना कैलकुलेट करूंगा, कितना आएगा? 112 इंटू 12। द आंसर वुड बी 1200 वुड बी द टैक्स। कंपोजिट सप्लाई, कंपोजिट सप्लाई याद कीजिए डेफिनेशन, जहां पे प्रिंसिपल नेचुरली बंडल्ड है, प्रिंसिपल जो टैक्स रेट एप्लीकेबल होगा वही टैक्स रेट एंसिलरी के लिए भी एप्लीकेबल होगा। इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? एक बार कंफर्म करें, इज इट क्लियर टू सी? अब अगर मैं इसको इंटर मानता हूं, ये सप्लाई यहां पे नहीं लिखी, इट कैन, यू कैन एज्यूम एज इंटर और यू कैन एज्यूम एज इंट्रा। लेट्स से इट इज एज्यूम एज इंटर स्टेट सप्लाई, ठीक है? तो ये 1200 रुपए आईजीएसटी आ जाएगा। अगर ये इंट्रा है तो 600 सी और 600 एस। एक बार इसको आईजीएसटी मान लेते हैं 1200, एक बार इसको आईजीएसटी मान लेते हैं 1200। प्लीज कैलकुलेट द टोटल टैक्स लाइबिलिटी। टोटल टैक्स लाइबिलिटी अगर मैं कैलकुलेट करूं, ग्रॉस टैक्स लाइबिलिटी कैलकुलेट हो चुकी है। हाउ इज इट कंपोजिट? बिकॉज मैं सेपरेटली इंटरेस्ट का काम नहीं कर रहा। It is because of the supply of the goods you are not making the payment in time. So as per the contract for the supply of the goods, अगर आपने within 1 month payment नहीं किया, I will charge the interest at the rate of 24%. So therefore that additional income, additional interest would form part of my composite supply, और जो उसके ऊपर टैक्स की रेट है वही टैक्स रेट इसके ऊपर होगी। याद रखना, कंपोजिट सप्लाई के केस में जरूरी नहीं है कि मैं एडिशनल चार्ज करूं। There can be the separate price or it can be included in the price, doesn't matter. Also, it can be shown in the same invoice or it can be in the separate invoice, don't matter. अब हम बात करते हैं आईटीसी की। नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द आईटीसी। परचेज ऑफ द मटेरियल गुजरात 8 लाख रुपीज विच इंक्लूड 3 लाख परचेज फ्रॉम द कंपोजिशन डीलर। एक बार कैलकुलेट करके बताइए कितना आईटीसी होगा इस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजेक्शन के ऊपर। वेदांत, प्रिंसिपल गुड्स 12% पर टैक्सेबल है, इसीलिए जो इंटरेस्ट है वो भी सेम रेट पर होगा जो कि 12% है। प्रणव, बिकॉज ऑफ द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैं सभी के साथ ये करता हूं कि अगर मैं गुड्स की सप्लाई कर रहा हूं और अगर टाइमली पेमेंट नहीं किया, आई विल चार्ज द इंटरेस्ट। सो इट इज नेचुरली बंडल्ड, इट इज नेचुरली बंडल्ड। मैं किसी एक कस्टमर के लिए नहीं कर रहा, किसी एक ट्रांजेक्शन के लिए नहीं कर रहा। इट इज नॉर्मली नेचुरली बंडल्ड, इट इज माई बिजनेस प्रैक्टिस। इंटरेस्ट, पेनल्टी और लेट फीस for delayed payment of consideration. Pranav, interest, late fees of the penalty for the delayed payment of any consideration form part of the composite अगर ये bundled nature में और contract में या transaction to transaction के according depend करता है कि naturally है या नहीं है। Yes, Jyoti, interest would form part of the value of the supply. Kindly read section 15 subsection 2. Interest or late fees for the delayed payment of any consideration would form part of the value. Vedant, it is not written. It will not written 12%. You understand that in case of the composite supply, every component would be taxable at the same rate, which is applicable on the principal transaction. If I am supplying the goods, what is the tax rate on the principal? 12%. So every additional component would also be chargeable at the same rate. ध्यानेश, लेट अभी आगे चलते हैं क्योंकि हमें काफी क्वेश्चन करने हैं। That rate of the goods is 6,612, rate of the service is 18, and composition 2.5, 2.5. Please calculate and tell me how much would be the ITC on this purchase. Very correct. Very correct. What would be the ITC? What would be the ITC on this purchase? What would be the ITC on this purchase? Directly going to the solution. Total purchase is 8 lakh minus 3 lakh because composite dealer cannot charge the tax. So total 5 lakh multiplied by 0.6, 6%. So this would be the ITC. Whether composite dealer will charge the tax, can I take the ITC? Will the composite dealer, if I'm purchasing the goods or services from composite dealer, will he charge the tax? Answer would be no. He has to issue the bill of the supply. He cannot collect the tax. And as a reason, total purchase 8 lakh minus 3. So the tax would be only 5 lakh and 5 lakh multiplied by 6%. 30,000 CGST, 30,000 SGST. Please tell me how much tax would be there on this line. Air ticket from Ahmedabad to Gujarat, Ahmedabad to Guwahati, that is Assam. Total fare of 60,000, जिसमें 55 is the base fare and the GST rate is 5%. Please tell me how much would be the tax? Kanaya, there is no RCM on purchase made from composite dealer. So the answer would be no. There is no requirement to pay the tax. Yes, Abhishek Pandey, there is only for the confusion. The rate of the services, the rate of the taxes of composite dealer has been given only for the confusion. That's it. Please tell me in the serial number 5, how much would be the ITC? पहले बताएं सीरियल नंबर 5 पर कितना आईटीसी होगा? सीरियल नंबर 5 पर कितना आईटीसी होगा? Bought air ticket from Ahmedabad to Guwahati. The total fare is 60,000, out of which 55,000 is the basic fare, and the rate on the transportation of passenger air ticket is assume 5%. Now please tell me इस ट्रांजेक्शन के ऊपर कितना आईटीसी मिलेगा मुझे? How much ITC would be available on this transaction? Again, important question है. It is an important question. Please tell me how much would be the ITC on this transaction. कुछ मिस्टेक कर रहे हैं. Multiple participant is doing the mistake in understanding this transaction. एक बार वापस रीड करें and then give the answer कि इसके ऊपर कितना ITC होगा. आप लोग शायद कुछ आंसर में गलती कर रहे हैं. कविता, ये सिर्फ प्रैक्टिस के लिए है, बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सिर्फ इतना कर लो तो एग्जाम के लिए सफिशिएंट है, नो। कैसे आईटीसी अवेलेबल होगा? रिमेंबर द एग्जामिशन नोटिफिकेशन, उसका एक सीरियल नंबर है कि एयर इन इकोनॉमिक क्लास embarking from or terminating in airport located in Arunachal, Assam, मणिपुर, मेघालय एटसेट्रा। गुवाहाटी कहां पे है? आसाम पर। इस ट्रांजेक्शन के ऊपर टैक्स होगा? आंसर इज एग्जेम्प्ट सप्लाई। अगर कोई एग्जेम्प्ट सप्लाई है तो टैक्स कैसे? सो देयर वुड बी नो टैक्स ऑन दिस ट्रांजेक्शन एंड हेंस देयर इज नो आईटीसी। इज इट क्लियर? काइंडली कंफर्म। इज इट क्लियर? काइंडली कंफर्म। इज इट क्लियर? काइंडली कंफर्म। तो सेकंड ट्रांजेक्शन क्या है? एयर टिकट। एग्जेम्प्ट सप्लाई। अब्दुल, मैं तो टिकट की बात कर रहा हूं अहमदाबाद से गुवाहाटी की, तो बगडोगरा कैसे आया बीच में? प्लीज कंफर्म। मैं तो अहमदाबाद से गुवाहाटी की बात कर रहा हूं। जस्ट सा, आप एक बार एग्जाम सप्लाई के चैप्टर को रेफर करना। अगर मेरा टर्मिनेटिंग प्लेस लाइक आसाम, मणिपुर कुछ स्टेट है, अगर वो है तो वो एयर फ्रेट एग्जेम्प्ट होगा, उसके ऊपर टैक्स चार्ज नहीं होगा। यहाँ पे मेरा टर्मिनेटिंग प्लेस क्या है? गुवाहाटी, तो इट वुड बी द एग्जेम्प्ट सप्लाई। एग्जेम्पशन नोटिफिकेशन में embarking from और terminating in, embarking और terminating दोनों चीज का जिक्र है। there is a reference of embarking from और terminating in the airport located in Arunachal, Assam, Manipur, etc. I'm not reading all the state। और जैसे अब्दुल बोल रहा है, बिल्कुल बगडोगरा भी जो वेस्ट बंगाल में, वो भी एग्जेम्प्ट है, उस एग्जेम्पशन नोटिफिकेशन में लिखा गया। थैंक यू अब्दुल। आई होप इट इज क्लियर। ओके ओके अब्दुल, इट इज क्लियर। जस्ट ये सिर्फ कंफ्यूजन के लिए है, ये सिर्फ कंफ्यूजन के लिए है। यहां पे मैंने कहा लिखा है कि भाई इतना टैक्स पे किया है, मैं तो सिर्फ ये कह रहा हूं टोटल 60,000 चार्ज हुआ है, उसमें 55,000 बेसिक फेयर है, काफी सारे अदर चार्जेस भी ऐड होते हैं। अगर मैं एयर टिकट की बात करूं, मल्टीपल चार्जेस ऐड होते हैं, बेस फेयर, फेयर, कुछ और चार्जेस। बट वेदर जीएसटी वुड बी देयर, आंसर वुड बी नो। एंट्री नंबर 15 एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट। 10 मैनेजर फॉर द 15 days ट्रेनिंग टू द IAM 50,000, इसके ऊपर कितना टैक्स होगा? प्लीज कंफर्म। हाउ मच टैक्स वुड बी देयर ऑन दिस ट्रांजेक्शन? और वुड इट बी एन एग्जाम सप्लाई? और ये भी एग्जाम सप्लाई है या टैक्सेबल है? अगर टैक्सेबल है तो कितना टैक्स? क्या ये ट्रांजेक्शन भी एग्जेम्प्ट होगा या टैक्सेबल होगा? The right answer by Partha Sarthi. IAM 2-year program, 5-year program are exempted. Short-term program by the Indian Institute of the Management are not exempted. Short-term program by the Indian Institute of Management are not exempted. You can refer serial number 67. They are saying that 2-year full-time postgraduate program for which they are conducting CAT, fellow program and 5-year program that are exempted in the GST. अगर मैं IMs की बात करूं, 2-year का जो प्रोग्राम है वो exempt है. Short term program would not be exempt. Therefore, this is taxable and ITC would be available. टोटल ITC कितना होगा? टोटल ITC फॉर द ईयर इतना हो गया, फॉर द पीरियड इतना हो गया, और ओपनिंग बैलेंस कितना था? एक बार ओपनिंग बैलेंस में जाते हैं. द ओपनिंग बैलेंस वाज 4, 10 and 5. Let me write 4, 10 and 5. Total closing balance of input tax credit. अब मुझे बता दीजिए, मैं एक बार वापस लिखता हूं. टोटल टैक्स लाइबिलिटी कितना? 66, 66 एंड 37.2. ये मेरा टैक्स लाइबिलिटी हो गया और ये ITC हो गया. प्लीज टेल मी हाउ मच अमाउंट आई नीड टू पे इन कैश, या देयर इज अ सफिशिएंट बैलेंस ऑफ इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट. सर्टिफिकेट प्रोवाइड हुआ तब भी टैक्सेबल होगा, क्योंकि एग्जेम्पशन में अगर जाएंगे सीरियल नंबर 67 में, इट टॉक्स अबाउट 2-year फुल प्रोग्राम. इट इज नॉट 2 year, इट इज ओनली 15 days, so it is not exempted. हाउ मच अमाउंट आई नीड टू पे इन कैश एंड विच हेड. कौन से हेड में मुझे कैश में पे करना पड़ेगा? सो लेट्स गो. सी नीड 66, इट हैज ओनली 38,500. Every head need the amount, so therefore it will be the total cash requirement is 82,400. C 28,100, 22,100 in S and 32,200 in I. कंफर्म करें, इज इट क्लियर? कंफर्म करें, इज इट क्लियर? प्लीज कंफर्म दैट क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर टू ऑल. मैंने एक क्वेश्चन आपको एमसीक्यू से करवाया, केस स्टडी बेस्ड, एक क्वेश्चन कंबाइंड का करवाया. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस सर्टेन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम ईच एंड एवरी चैप्टर. जस्ट 1000 का वाउचर था, टोटल 10 वाउचर है, तो वैल्यू कितना हो गया 10,000. एंड आइडेंटिफिएबल है, तो पूरा का पूरा 10,000 वुड बी द वैल्यू ऑफ द सप्लाई. Why did you just take the difference of ITC? डिफरेंस ऑफ आईटीसी कहां लिया मैंने? नहीं, मैं बोल रहा हूं कि every ad needs more tax liability, so they have only at 38,500 in ITC, so each ad need cash, so I have taken the difference. Suppose the situation, let's say situation is it has 50,000. Suppose in that case I will do the allocation. It will give first to I, then C or S in any order in any manner, but every ad have the less amount of the ITC. So we cannot cross utilize. And that is the reason I have taken only the difference. Just confirm, Vedant, is it clear? So that I can move to the next question. Mitesh bhai, I don't know, but I have not yet uploaded any question on this part. Achha, answer is not available. But Mitesh bhai Patel, we have discussed every question in the class. We have discussed every question in the class. चलो सर, अब एक दो क्वेश्चन हर एक चैप्टर से करने का ट्राई करते हैं. इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, क्विक क्वेश्चन. यू हैव टू गिव द रिप्लाई इन द 5 मिनट. Harsgit Private Limited, registered supplier in engaged in the manufacturing of taxable goods. The company provide the following information. Raw material to be received in September 2018. Membership 1,45,000 of the employee working in the factory. Input to be received in the 5 lot, out of which third lot was received during the month. Truck used for the transportation of raw material. Capital goods, out of 3 item, invoice for the 2 item is missing and the GST paid on that item is 80,000. Calculate the total input tax credit for the month of the June 2018. Please calculate total input tax credit for the month of the July 2018. कितना आईटीसी होगा इस सिचुएशन में? प्लीज क्विकली कैलकुलेट एंड टेल मी. Please quickly calculate and tell me how much would be the ITC in the month of the July 2018. याद रखना मैं जुलाई 18 की बात कर रहा हूं. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द जुलाई 2018, नॉट ऑफ एनी अदर मंथ. आनंद, नॉट क्लियर. अमाउंट वर अवेलेबल ITC क्रेडिट बट फुल नहीं था. टैक्स लाइबिलिटी वाज हायर, ITC वाज लेसर in every head, so I have taken the difference and that amount we need to deposit in cash. आंसर डिफरेंट आ रहे हैं. प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट वुड बी द आंसर. रॉ मटेरियल received in September. Membership of the club. Input 5 lot. थर्ड लॉट इस मंथ में मिला. ट्रक used for the transportation of the raw material. Capital goods. How much would be the ITC? how much would be the amount of the ITC available? क्विकली कंफर्म करें, क्विकली कंफर्म करें। ये तो जीएसटी कंपोनेंट है, रेट का क्या करना? कन्हैया, व्हाई वी नीड द रेट? दिस इज द टैक्स पार्ट ओनली। This is the tax part only. So why you need rate? The right answer is, इतना टफ नहीं है, इतना टाइम नहीं दे सकते. We have the many question to be discussed in the class. We are talking about the July because the goods has been received in the month of September. 16 subsection 2. One condition is not satisfied, so we will not be able to take ITC. Second, membership of the club, health, fitness center. We have discussed in 17 subsection 5. It is block. When goods are coming in lot, then as per the proviso to 16.2, on the last lot, we would be able to take ITC. In this month, only third lot was coming. It means two more lot yet to come. So that would be probably in the coming months. So in this month, ITC would not be available. Truck used for the transportation of the goods is eligible capital goods, out of which 80,000 ka invoice is missing. So 150 minus 80. So the 70,000 would be eligible. So total eligible ITC is 40,000 plus 70,000. Therefore, 1,10,000. Any doubt? Kindly ask. Any doubt? Kindly ask. Geet, if it is not mentioned, then not to take. And in the solution, you can make a working note that it is assumed that these expenditure are not the requirement of any statute. And we have assumed the same is covered in the block category. Accordingly, you can give your assumption in the answer. चलो सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. Coming to the next question. Theory question. Quickly tell me, document based on which ITC is taken should contain at least certain details. Certain detail, not all details, certain details. Can you tell me what are the mandatory details which has to be there on the tax invoice or any document? Pranav, in the third point, there are total 5 lot in which third lot was received. It means all lot have not been received. What does it mean? That is still 2 lot yet to come. And when the goods are coming in the lot, the ITC would be available only on the last lot received, correct? So that is the reason when the 2 more lot will come in that month, I will take the entire ITC. The certain detail which has to be there, please mention what are the details. Rule 36, sub rule 2, proviso. Correct. GST number, name, description, rate, value. Almost all are covered. Almost all are covered. Great. Next question. K&K Limited is a registered supplier of Mumbai is a manufacturer of the heavy machine. Its outward supplies for the month of Jan 22 are as below. Enter 8,50,000, intra 150. Applicable rate of the GST 9, 9 and 18. Details of the inward supplies during the month of January. Raw material A. Piyush. Why you are saying date, but date is not mentioned in the proviso to 36.2. Mohammad Vora, why you are writing 36.6? Why you are writing 36.6? Anyway, you can check theoretical question. You can check the theory part once again. Now concentrate on the question. Raw material A, of which 70% of the input procured were used and 30% were in the stock at the end of Jan 22. Perfect. The total tax is 6,000 CGST, 6,000 SGST. Perfect. Raw material B, 90% material received in the factory and remaining material completely damaged due to the road accident on the way to the factory. Third is pipeline led outside the factory premises. Insurance charges paid for the truck used for the transportation of goods. This is the additional information. There is no opening balance. Perfect. Details of the GST paid on inward supplies are available in the GSTR 2B. Fine. Except for item number 1. What is the item number 1? Let's go back and see. Raw material A, 70% of the input procured were used and 30% were in the stock. Perfect. They are saying raw material A for which supplier has not filed the GSTR1 for the month of Jan. Hence, corresponding transaction is not appearing in the GSTR2B. Fine. Amount, you have to calculate amount of the eligible ITC and what is the tax liability to be paid in cash. Correct. Go back. सबसे पहले मुझे बताइए what would be the ITC. Please calculate and tell me what would be the ITC. Exclusive of GST means excluding GST. Right. Where it is written? Or maybe. Anyway, calculate the total input tax credit. There are the total 4 transactions. Please tell me how much would be the ITC. How much would be the ITC for the month? How much would be the ITC for the current tax period? Quickly give me the answer. Quickly give me the answer. How much would be the input tax credit available first? Let me give the answer. Because the transaction are not appearing in GSTR2B, we won't be able to take ITC as per the amendment in 16.2, as per the amendment in 16 subsection 2. Correct? 90% was received and 10% was damaged. According to 17.5H, we won't be able to take ITC of 10%. So the only ITC was 4,500, 4,500. The entire transaction is not appearing in 2B. Therefore, we won't be able to take any component, neither 70 nor 30 nor 100, as per the amendment in the 16.2. If the supplier file the GSTR1 and the same appear in my GSTR2B, then only the recipient are eligible to take ITC. Pipeline led outside the factory premises. If you remember, the 17 subsection 5 clause C and the clause D, they are allowing the ITC on the plant and machinery. The meaning of plant and machinery has been given, but they are saying the pipeline led outside the factory premises is not covered in the plant and machinery. Therefore, we will not be able to take ITC. Insurance charges for motor vehicle, but it is for transportation of the goods, we will be able to take ITC. So the total eligible ITC is 4,500 and 5,500. It means 10,000 CGST and 10,000 SGST. Any doubt? Kindly ask. कोई भी doubt है? Please ask. Or is it clear? Kindly confirm. Is it clear? Fine. Let's go to the next question. Or let's take it 10-minute ka break. Before that, please confirm pattern of the question and expectation toward the practical problem class is okay or not okay. Kindly confirm. जो आपकी expectation थी regarding the practical problem class, is it okay or not okay? Kindly confirm in the chat. Your query is reaching to me. आलोक, आपकी क्वेरी आ रही है. Mr. Perth, that 5% concept has gone. 1/1/2022. They are saying you can take the ITC only when it is appearing. That concept of 5% is the past. Alok, your query is reaching to me. Oh, sorry. Right. There is a one part is pending. One part is pending. Correct. Sorry. So please calculate the tax liability. Please calculate the tax liability. How much is the I, C, and S? The rate of the tax is 18%. आलोक आ तो रही है क्वेरी आपकी आपके रिप्लाई तो आ रहे हैं मेरे को चलो सर प्लीज कैलकुलेट द IGST, CGST and SGST. Please calculate IGST. 8,50,000 is an enter multiplied by 18%. How much it will come? Please calculate how much it will come. So tax liability and how much was the ITC? दस मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं मीनवाइल इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन पुट द क्वेश्चन 10 मिनट का ब्रेक लेते हैं विल रिज्यूम एट 7:35 will resume at 7:35 fine Uh, so now we are starting the registration chapter. Read the question. B enterprise is starting the business activity in the month of Jan in the state of Karnataka. The values are as under. You need to calculate the aggregate turnover and then tell whether it is liable to get registered or not. क्या उसे रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना होगा या नहीं? ठीक है आलोक, बहुत बढ़िया, मोस्ट वेलकम. Very simple question. Calculate the aggregate turnover then tell whether it is required to take registration or not. Two things are important. One thing is this particular part and second is this particular part. What is the aggregate turnover in this case? And then reply whether B enterprise need to take registration or not required. You will give the first answer that what would be the aggregate turnover. What is the aggregate turnover in this case? Then second answer, whether need to take registration or not. Please calculate aggregate turnover, then tell required to take registration or not. कितना एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर है ये कैलकुलेट कीजिए, then tell required to take registration or not. Let's start the answer. The total aggregate turnover is 19 lakh and the answer is not required to take registration. Whether 3 will be added or not. The straightforward question, whether 3 will be added or not. This is outward supplies on which my recipient will pay the tax under RCM. If you refer the definition of aggregate turnover given in the section 2 clause 6, it is talking about inward supplies covered under RCM. They are saying it is an outward supply of the B on which he will not pay the tax, recipient will pay the tax, it will be added in the turnover. रिपीट करता हूं, अगर आप एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर की डेफिनेशन देखेंगे वो इनवर्ड आरसीएम की बात करता है, ये तो मैं आउटवर्ड आरसीएम की बात कर रहा हूं. मेरे लिए ये आउटवर्ड सप्लाई है, वेदर इट इज फॉरवर्ड चार्ज or reverse charge or exempted, it will be added in my turnover. What the things which are not added in the turnover, inward on which I'm required to pay the tax under RCM, that is not included. Then is it clear? Is it clear? Give me only 1 minute. Give me only 1 minute. अब बात हो रही है whether this B is in Manipur. He is saying intrastate outward supply of exempted goods from Manipur. If he is providing the taxable supply from Manipur, then the aggregate turnover ka limit would reduce to 10 lakh. Please note, it will be added in the aggregate turnover, no doubt. It will be added in the aggregate turnover, no doubt. But he is making the exempted supplies, then the threshold limit would not be reduced. Therefore, in this case, he is not required to take registration. 20 lakh would be the threshold limit, not required to take registration. Please confirm. अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो काइंडली आस्क. स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेट एंड इफ यू रेफर द सेक्शन 22, अगर आप सेक्शन 22 को देखेंगे, वहां पे 22 सबसेक्शन 1 में क्या वर्ड यूज किया है? फ्रॉम वेयर इट इज मेकिंग द टैक्सेबल सप्लाईज. He need to take the registration in the state from where he is making the taxable supplies. But Manipur is making the exempted supplies. Therefore, the limit would be remain 20, and in this case is not required to take registration. ठीक है. Question number 2. Examine whether the supplier of the goods is liable to get registered in the following independent case. मतलब every case is different. Rudra Builder is exclusively engaged in the intrastate taxable supplies of building bricks. Its aggregate turnover is 23 lakhs. Please tell me whether Rudra Builders are required to take registration or not. Priyanka, please note in the last question, the threshold limit aggregate turnover is 19, not the 18. The 1 lakh is the outward RCM. But if you refer the definition of the aggregate turnover, inward RCM would not be added, but outward RCM will be added. If it is outward supplies, whether it is forward or reverse or exempted, everything will be added. Some participants are saying required to take registration, but if he is supplying intrastate exclusively goods, then why? To the extent of my knowledge, I'm asking the question, I'm not giving the answer. To the extent of my knowledge, if the aggregate turnover is not exceed 40 lakhs within the intrastate supplies, then उसे registration नहीं लेना है. Please tell me whether this Rudra Builders has to take registration or not. Reason बताएं, reason. Give me the reason. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी नाइस. अगर आप एक्सक्लूसिवली एंगेज गुड्स में सप्लाई करते हो तो नॉर्मली लिमिट 40 है, बट द लिमिट वुड नॉट बी एप्लीकेबल. दिस इनहांस्ड लिमिट वुड नॉट बी एप्लीकेबल अगर आप पान मसाला, टोबैको, आइसक्रीम, कुछ आइटम हमने पढ़े थे, उसमें एक ब्रिक्स भी था, एंड देयरफॉर द लिमिट would be 20 and he need to take registration. बिल्कुल प्रणव, everyone is correct. Notification 10. Thank you so much. Hira of Himachal Pradesh is exclusively engaged in intrastate taxable supplies of footwear. His turnover in the current financial year is 32 lakhs. He is also the another showroom in Nagaland, turnover 11 lakh in the current financial year. Whether he is required to take registration or not. हिमाचल से 32 लाख, नागालैंड से 11 लाख. Whether he is required to take registration or not. Please note intrastate taxable supplies of goods. Jyoti, please do not say that no limit. 20 lakh would be the limit. In case of the brakes, etc., the 20 lakh would be the limit. उन enhanced limit इनके लिए applicable नहीं है. It means the normal limit of 20 or 10 would remain applicable. ये mandatory में नहीं आएगा. Just sir, it is not the constructor, it is not the contractor. He is doing the engage, he is engaged in the business of bricks. That is goods, not the service. Which question is contradictory? Which question is contradictory? Serial number 1 or serial number 2? The right answer is he is engaged in the special category state. The limit would be 10 lakh. Why contradictory? Where is contradiction? He is exclusively engaged in the intrastate taxable supplies of the footwear. So he's saying Himachal Pradesh 32 lakhs. And also he has another showroom in Nagaland with 11 lakh turnover. Exclusively intrastate, it means in the Nagaland intrastate, in the Himachal also intrastate. It is not inter. So Hira is basically belongs to Himachal Pradesh. He is making the supply of the goods from two showroom, but both showroom intrastate supply. He is saying one showroom in Himachal and one showroom in Nagaland. This particular saying, Hira is from which location? Turnover ka limit would be 10 and required to take registration. Let's move to the another chapter, that is tax invoice. We have completed some question on the ITC, some question on the registration. Let's move to the tax invoice, debit and credit note. Quickly tell me the situation in which credit note or debit note may be issued. Please tell me situation in which credit note or debit note may be issued. Quickly give me the answer. The situation in which debit note or credit note may be issued. Anand, in which language you have given the reply? I am not able to understand. Erechtifieton. Just kidding. I do agree that's some typing mistake. Correct. You can refer section 34 subsection 1 and 34 subsection 3. Credit note, goods are returned, goods or services are found to be deficient, taxable value, the tax charge extra. And similarly, debit note, the taxable value, the tax charge is less than. Let's move to the practical question. Read the question number 2. Read the question number 2, give the reply. No problem, Anand. And Mr. Sambhu is a trader registered under GST in Delhi, is engaged in the wholesale business of toys for kids. Mr. Nandi, registered under GST in Patiala, regular retail filer, supplies the toys in the bulk to Mr. Sambhu for selling to end consumer. Mr. Sambhu is paying the tax in the regular scheme, has not filed the GSTR 3B for the last 2 months. Mr. Nandi want to generate the e-way bill for the toys amounting to rupees 5 lakh to be supplied to Mr. Sambhu. Sambhu kaun hai? Sambhu is the person who is not filing the GSTR 3B for the 2 consecutive months. Mr. Narayan from Jammu approached Mr. Sambhu for purchasing the toys amounting to rupees 75,000 for the purpose of the return gift on his son's first birthday party. Sambhu want to generate an e-way bill in respect of an outward supply of the goods to Mr. Narayan. Examine with reference to the provision of the GST law whether Mr. Nandi, situation number 1 in a first para, and Mr. Sambhu, situation in given second para, can generate the e-way bill. In the first, Mr. Sambhu is the recipient. In the second, Mr. Sambhu is the supplier. Now, please give some reference of the law and try to give the answer. Giving you 5 minutes. I am giving you 5 minutes to answer this question. आप लोगों को 5 मिनट है, मुझे आंसर दीजिए, बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. It is talking about e-way bill and somehow it is linked to the rule 138. अब मैं एग्जैक्ट नहीं बता रहा हूं, you have to give me the exact number. Uh, can you please give me the reason also? You were saying can, cannot, some party can, some party cannot. Give me the reason. Yes, assuming the consignment value exceed 50,000 in both the cases, then. So what is the linking that he has not furnished the GSTR 3B for 2 months? So for that, I like to listen. Yes, Piyush, absolutely correct. You've given the reference of the correct rule number. Here the question is not whether e-way bill applicable or not. Here they are saying they need to want to generate the e-way bill. We also know that even if the value is less than 50, optional e-way bill is also available, possible. Now they are saying that Sambhu and Nandi both like to generate the e-way bill in the respective supply, outward supply. तो बट शंभू ने 2 रिटर्न फाइल नहीं किए, उसका रेफरेंस देते हुए आप मुझे आंसर दीजिए. उसका कोई रेफरेंस दे सकते हैं क्या आप? कैन यू गिव मी सम रेफरेंस ऑफ दैट? रेफरेंस इज रूल 138E. याद रखना, आउटवर्ड सप्लायर कैन नॉट जनरेट द ई-वे बिल, सप्लायर कैन नॉट जनरेट द ई-वे बिल अगर वो डिफॉल्ट करता है इन 2 कंजिक्यूटिव रिटर्न में, या 2 क्वार्टर या 2 मंथ जो भी है. रूल 138E में रिसिपिएंट के ऊपर रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है. रिपीट करता हूं, यहां पे मिस्टर नंदी is supplying the goods to Sambhu. Sambhu is covered in 138E, 2 consecutive return. But वो किसके लिए बात करता है कि अपनी आउटवर्ड सप्लाई के लिए जनरेट नहीं कर सकता. तो ट्रांजेक्शन नंबर 1 मिस्टर नंदी टू मिस्टर शंभू, जिसमें डिफॉल्ट रिसिपिएंट ने किया है, नो प्रॉब्लम, नंदी कैन जनरेट द ई-वे बिल. सेकेंड केस में शंभू आउटवर्ड सप्लायर है and he is also defaulter, he cannot generate the e-way bill. You have to give the reference of 138E. ठीक है. Next question. Determine in which case e-invoice is applicable. Quickly बताइएगा कि किस केस में e-invoice applicable है. Harnam and Company dealing in interior decorator product made supplies to the various registered and unregistered person. The aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is 30 crore. इस सिचुएशन में क्या ई इनवॉइस एप्लीकेबल है, यस और नो? इस सिचुएशन में क्या ई इनवॉइस एप्लीकेबल है, यस या नो? एंड ऑल्सो स्पेसिफाई द लिमिट ऑफ एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर for making compulsory e-invoicing. Please confirm in this case e-invoice is applicable or not. क्या इस केस में e-invoicing एप्लीकेबल होगा या नहीं? Give me the answer, sir. I'm waiting for your answer. Answer is yes. अगर एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर एक्सीड करती है 10 करोड़. Thank you so much. Give me the answer for question number 2. Whether e-invoicing is applicable, the SEC registered under GST aggregate turnover rich and poor bank 35 crore. Whether question number 2, e-invoicing is applicable or not. निकिता, गोविंदा राजू, प्रणव, कासिफ अंसारी, पार्था, आलोक, प्रियंका, ध्रुवी, Abdul, everyone is correct. आनंद 50 करोड़ का रेफरेंस कहां से लेके आए आप? Question number 2. In case of the service, whether invoicing not applicable? Answer is ऐसा तो कहीं लिखा हुआ नहीं है, ऐसा तो कोई relaxation नहीं है. See, one participant is giving the answer that because it is a service, so he invoice not applicable. Please note one thing: whether I'm supplier of the goods or service, if my aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year starting from 17-18 exceed 10 crore, I need to prepare e-invoice for B2B and export. But certain industries are relaxed, in which the banking company are also getting relaxed. In case of the bank, it is exempted from e-invoicing, so therefore it is not applicable. Question number 3. Fashion Queen Limited, a registered under GST, dealing in baby products, has an aggregate turnover of 40 crore in the preceding financial year. Fashion Queen Limited, registered under the GST, dealing in baby product, aggregate turnover 40 crore. The tax consultant advised to issue e-invoice mandatorily. However, Fashion Queen is of the view that aggregate turnover is less than the threshold limit, so therefore not applicable. Please comment. We have already discussed the limit is not 40, the limit is 10 crore, therefore it is applicable. Ministry of Communication and IT, a government department registered under GST, aggregate turnover 52 crore. In the preceding, you are required to comment on the applicability of e-invoicing. Please give the answer to the serial number 4. Absolutely correct. Again, e-invoice not applicable to the government department, local authority, banking, etc. Now moving to the next topic, that is payment of tax. Moving to the next topic, that is payment of tax. First question is theoretical. Leave it. Please give the answer for the question number 2. Please give the answer for the question number 2. Please give the answer for the question number 2. Please give the answer for the question number 2. It's a very simple question. It's a very simple question. Order of discharge of tax and other dues as per section 49 subsection 8. Whether he is asking the 4910, I do agree. Sometimes you are not required to remember, but at least at certain place you should remember the section. Order of the discharge of the tax as per the provision of 49.8. Yes. First, you have to pay the previous tax dues and then you have to pay the current tax dues. Lastly, the demand, section 73, yeah, 74. Yes, yes, yes. Next, question number 3. Kindly read the question and give the answer. Suhasini is a registered consultant. On account of her ill health, she could not provide the service during the month of October. However, she had incurred certain expenditure relating to her office. She paid 75,000 to the vendor. The total GST involved is 13,500. Out of the total bill paid by her, one bill 15,000 related to the security services availed for a security of her office. Tax on which is payable under reverse charge. The GST is 2,700. Suhasini is of the opinion that for the month of October, no GST to be payable in cash because she has the sufficient balance in input tax credit to pay the tax under RCM. Please confirm whether taxpayer is correct or not. Please confirm whether taxpayer is correct or not. Please confirm whether taxpayer is correct that he can use the ITC toward the reverse charge liability. Whether she can use the ITC or not for RCM liability. The answer is not correct because reverse charge has to be paid always in cash. Let's move to the another chapter that is return. Discuss the provision of 39(9) of the CGST Act relating to the rectification of the error or omission in the GST return already filed and also state its exception. State the time limit for making such rectification. 39 GSTR 3B के बारे में बात करता है. You all have to tell what is the provision related to the rectification, etc., and any exception and the time limit. You have to tell three things. Geet, your point is absolutely correct, no doubt. Small correction, the form which you have written and the section 39, it is talking about the different. Let me tell you, section 37 GSTR1, section 39 GSTR3B. Rest everything is absolutely correct. Really appreciable. You have given the exception. Only you have given the exception till this time. Only you have given the exception. That is very good thing. Everyone is giving the time limit to rectify. Everyone is saying that yes, we can rectify in the subsequent return, but any exception I'm expecting from everyone. क्या कोई exception है? They are talking about, you are telling the provision relating to the rectification. Absolutely correct. Also state its exception. It means there is some exception in which you cannot do the rectification. What is those exemption? And everyone is absolutely correct in telling the time limit, 30th November or annual return, furnishing of annual return, whichever is earlier. Correct ना? What are the exception? Exception क्या है कि अगर rectification is being discovered because of any audit, scrutiny, etc., then you cannot do the rectification. Yes, thank you, Danish. Thank you, Priyanka. Why it is CGST Act? So which act you like to write? Which act you like to write? See, the provision of SGST Act will be the exactly same perimeter area, correct? So, what is the any point you like to identify, Kavita? Pranav, absolutely correct. Now, let's move to the next question. Any short note under annual return and final return? Any short note on annual return? What you like to write? Something on annual return in one line. Can you tell me annual return, and can you tell me for final return? Only one line. Only one line. Any one line for annual return, one line for final return, just tell me. Then move to the next question. Final return is to be filed, cancellation. And we have discussed the time limit also, 3 months from the order or date of cancellation, whichever is later. Almost all are okay, but for more, you can refer the respective section. Very important question. I'm just going to the or part. Mr. Gauri Siva, a registered person in Punjab, supplying the taxable goods at the rate of 12%, C 6%, S 6%, or I 12%. He is making the supply in the Punjab and as well as Haryana. He has furnished the detail in relation to the independent supplies made by him in the quarter. What is expectation? That aggregate turnover is 1.20 crore with reference to the Rule 59 GSTR1. Discuss the manner in which the details of the above supplies to be reported. Means it will be interstate, intrastate, consolidated, invoice wise. So like you like to put something, whether it will be consolidated or invoice wise information. Will it be consolidated or invoice wise information? This is the expectation of the question. So can you please tell me one by one? The recipient, Mr. A, is a registered person. It is an interstate supply. Value is 2.20 lakhs. 2,20,000. Is it consolidated? Is it invoice wise? और बहुत बढ़िया होगा अगर आप कुछ टेबल का रेफरेंस भी दे पाए, बिकॉज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड द ऑनलाइन ऑन द जीएसटी पोर्टल all these table of the GSTR1. Will it be invoice wise? Will it be consolidated? And if you can give the reference of table number, okay, otherwise not okay. From exam point of view, table number is not relevant. Fine. We'll discuss the answer at a later stage. Registered person, interstate, consolidated or invoice wise. Is it consolidated or is it invoice wise? Just give me the answer. While you are writing the answer now, always please put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 something. So I would be able to correlate. Quickly give the reply for each and every table, each and every line item, that where it will be reported and how it will be reported. I need the information that will it be invoice wise or consolidated. Will it be invoice wise or consolidated? Serial number 3. C, unregistered party, intrastate supplies 180. Will it be consolidated or invoice wise? First, I will take the answer from each one of you. Then I will give the correct reply for all 10 line items. What about third? What about third? What about third? What about third? What about fourth? Give me the line item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For every line item, give the quick reply. I'm giving you 2 minutes. For each and every participant, I'm giving you 2 minutes. And then I will start the reply. Only 2 more minutes are there for each and every participant. Just give the quick reply. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everyone. Giving you 1 more minute. Please give the reply and we'll start the answering. We'll start answering the question. Fine. Let me start. First, if it is B2B transaction, registered transaction, whether it is inter or intra, value more than 2.5, less than 2.5, doesn't matter. If it is B2B, in the table 4, always invoice wise. So this invoice wise, registered, invoice wise, registered and registered, invoice wise. Please confirm, is it clear? First, second, 9, 10th, invoice wise. Next, if it is intra-state supply unregistered, irrespective of any value, it will always be consolidated. Intra, these two, and correct. These two would be consolidated, irrespective of any value. यहां तक क्लियर है? अभी हमने बात की B2B always invoice wise, B2C intra always consolidated irrespective of any value. Now, the third point is if B2C and it is inter, B2C and it is inter, then if the invoice value greater than 2.5, it will invoice wise, otherwise consolidated. Now, inter, is it more than 2.5? Yes, it will be invoice wise. It is less than 2.5, consolidated. It is exactly 2.5, consolidated. It is more than 2.5, invoice wise. Please confirm the entire exercise is clear to you or not. Please confirm the entire exercise is clear to you or not. Let me repeat, B2B always invoice wise, B2C intra always invoice wise. Now B2C inter more than 2.5, it will be invoice wise. Up to 2.5, it will be the consolidated. Bilkul correct. Miss Swati, absolutely correct. Now I would need the feedback about the practical session. We have completed one class and there would be on the same pattern, there would be one more class. आई होप इज इट ओके, एक बार आप कंफर्म करें क्या फीडबैक है आपका रिगार्डिंग दिस प्रैक्टिकल सेशन विच वी हैव कंप्लीटेड वन क्लास। आपका क्या फीडबैक है, प्लीज गिव मी द फीडबैक अबाउट द प्रैक्टिकल सेशन जो आज हमने ऑलमोस्ट 5 चैप्टर टच किए एंड 2 प्रैक्टिकल केस स्टडी कंसोलिडेटेड वाली भी ली है। श्योर, आई विल अपलोड, आई विल डेफिनेटली अपलोड, प्लीज अलाउ मी ओनली वन डे। यस यस Danish, but kindly give the feedback. The pattern and everything is okay because it is first time I'm taking the practical class for you. Is it okay? नहीं, अब क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेंगे। आई हैव टू कंप्लीट द क्लास, आई हैव टू कंप्लीट द क्लास। थैंक यू ज्योति। Yes, definitely for all the for all the participant, I will upload the question as well as answer for these question which has been discussed in today class. Similarly, whatever question we will take in the next, I will upload these question also. Anand, I have taken the question from the last exams RTP or mock test paper. ये मैंने खुद नहीं बनाया है, I have taken the same from the institute past trend. So you can have the reliance that yes, almost it would be in the same pattern. Yes, we will have the same class in the same pattern. We will have the next class, and I'll try to cover 1 or 2 questions from the chapter which I have not touched, like initial chapters, supply, time of supply, whatever the topic was there. I have started from ITC, but in the next class I will take the initial chapters also. बेटा अमेंडमेंट में फिर वापस अमेंडमेंट आया है ना, वो अमेंडमेंट अभी तक अक्टूबर 20 वाला, अक्टूबर 22 तक का अमेंडमेंट उसमें अमेंड ऐड नहीं किया हुआ। एंड एज पर द इंस्ट्रक्शन आई हैव टू टेक द क्लास द अमेंडमेंट एप्लीकेबल टिल अक्टूबर 2022, तो वो हो सकता है उसके कारण थोड़ा मिसमैच हो। अभिषेक, द क्वेश्चन विच आई एम आस्किंग ना, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन द पास्ट पैटर्न ओनली। तो एमसीक्यू तो मैंने सिर्फ एक ही क्वेश्चन लिया, आई हैव टेकन ओनली 1 क्वेश्चन एज एन एमसीक्यू ना। कविता, दैट यू नीड टू डिस्कस विद द इंस्टीट्यूट। ठीक है, सो थैंक यू वेरी मच, गुड नाइट टू ऑल ऑफ यू, विल मीट इन द नेक्स्ट एंड द लास्ट क्लास एंड विल ट्राई माई बेस्ट टू हैव द सेम पैटर्न। मैं पेपर 4 की क्लास कब तक चलेगी? सो इसकी जो क्लास है आईडीटी की क्लास लास्ट क्लास नेक्स्ट है, नेक्स्ट वुड बी द लास्ट क्लास फॉर द आईडीटी। चलो प्रणव, अच्छा लगा, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट, थैंकिंग ईच वन ऑफ यू for your active and lovely participation. We'll have one more and last class on the next Tuesday, and goodbye to all of you, but please ensure to revise all the chapter meanwhile. Good night and thank you so much. अशोक जी, आप